Here we have a beautiful patch of Polygonum cuspidatum, or Japanese knotweed, growing. You can see that it grows in disturbed areas. We're at the side of a road here by an underpass. It's just sort of on the corner of the street here. And look at how big that stand is. You can really see how it's an invasive species, how it's just sort of taken over this whole area. Let's get a little closer to it, shall we? So here we are at that stand. You can see the bamboo canes. You can see how it grows like bamboo. These are shoots that have started growing in the spring of this year, and you can see that they're already taller than me. They're probably about, 8 feet tall. Here you can see some new growth that's just starting. You can see that when it starts, the canes are a bit reddish. You can see how the leaves grow. And you can also see the stand is over here, and these plants are starting over here. And it's propagating by rhizomes under the surface of the ground. So the rhizomes will even grow underneath the road all the way over. Look, that patch over there probably spread from this patch here, or vice versa. You can see it over there as well. So it's really invasive. So it's late September now, so we're in the flowering season. And I love the flowers. I think they're actually really beautiful. They look like little hearts. You can see how they grow on the plant. You see? Really beautiful. And what will happen in the winter is the canes will die back, and then in the spring they'll start all over again. The medicine of Japanese knotweed is in the root, and Timothy Lee Scott in his book, Invasive Plant Medicines, calls this plant a warrior plant, saying it does not give up its medicine easily. Expect to shed a lot of tears and blood and sweat to dig up these roots. That's because the roots can reach down 8 feet deep and up to 23 feet across. You can see how they grow, and they all get matted up in each other. I cheated. I pulled root out of plants that were only about 3 to 4 feet high. They were immature shoots, so it was relatively easy to pull up the root. You can see here, this is where they'll send up the shoots that go above ground. Here, these little pink things. So the major constituent that's in the root is resveratrol and its glucosides. Resveratrol is a polyphenol antioxidant, and it is in highest concentration in Japanese knotweed than in any other plant. So we always think of resveratrol as the French paradox in grapes and red wine. Well, you can start thinking about it now in Japanese knotweed. So it has a lot of great chemical, medicinal capabilities. We're just going to highlight the ones that it's most excellent for, and the first being Lyme disease. So here's the Ixodes tick and the arthritic knee of Lyme, and also the acerodermatitis that the Lyme disease can cause. So maybe you can remember it with these pictures here. Stephen Bundner, who wrote the Lyme Protocol, says that if there is one plant, one herb that he recommends for Lyme disease, it is Japanese knotweed. It is an anti-spirochete, and it is a CNS relaxant and protectant. So it is good for neuroborreliosis, which is the neurodegenerative disease and damage that Lyme causes. It's good for the bullseye rash, and it is good for Lyme arthritis, and for all of the other symptoms that Lyme causes. Japanese knotweed can help repair, work against, protect the body from that damage. It's also an immunomodulant. It's an antioxidant. In studies, It has been found to be a 92% scavenger for DPPH radical. DPPH radical is just a common assay that they will use to test the antioxidant capabilities of different chemicals. Ascorbic acid comes in at 95%, and Japanese knotweed is at 92% as an antioxidant-free radical scavenger. It's also anti-cancer. So here, we'll put this here so you can remember the picture with the cancer proliferating cells. It is anti-mutagenic, anti-carcinogenic. It stops angiogenesis from happening. It's anti-neoplastic. It's every part of the cell cycle for cancer. It's capable of working on to stop the growth of cancer. It's also hepatoprotective, and for neurologic, it has been found to stop, so here with brain ischemia, it has been found that when the cells in the brain are ischemic, that it protects against inflammatory damage. It stops from cytokines from coming in, which enables the body to have less collateral damage after an ischemic event. So these are the three major things that Japanese knotweed can do extremely well: Lyme disease, anti-cancer, and anti-brain ischemia. So next time you see an invasive plant, you can think about its enormous powers and ability and why it's in that location, and perhaps what sort of energy it has to offer to the locale, and that might explain why it's there and how it can serve us medicinally. Thank you.